What's up, y'all? Welcome back. I got a little trick that I'm going to show you for any fixed series that we run on dirt. Um, and this is one of the only things that you can adjust in a fixed series race. And it is very handy. More so to me in the limited late models, but some of you may know about it already, but you really can use this to your advantage. It's what it is the steering offset, and basically all it is it's like sitting in a real car and pulling the wheel off, and like if your wheel wasn't straight, lining it up on the back on the wheel or back on the hub after you get the wheel straight. But in here you can offset that and kind of I don't know how to explain it. It's almost like, alright, so when you go negative, you're going this way, like you're turning the wheel counterclockwise. But so when you're straight, the wheel's going to be down further on the left side. So when you turn into the corner, you're going to feel like you're having to put a whole lot more wheel in it to get it to turn. And if you go positive, you go positive, it's opposite of that. Your wheel's going to be down on the right side when you're going straight. So when you turn into the corner, just from your natural feel and muscle memory, where you normally turn into, is going to be a lot less. You're going to feel like the car is looser getting in. But now that makes it harder. Not harder necessarily, but you have to get used to where you come back to once you get the car turned and set. It's like if you hold a degree wheel up on your steering wheel. Basically, that's what you're doing. You're just turning the wheel a little bit. That's all it is. That it would be in real life, but it can make us feel like we're loosening or tightening the car up in the sim. So let's jump in a limited late model at Fairbury, because I noticed this week that it's particularly tight, and I'll show you guys how to do it and about where I run it. Makes a huge difference for me at Fairbury anyways, and other tracks. So, and it differs. Sometimes you'll go negative, and sometimes you go positive. Most of the time it's positive for me, but let's jump in there and check it out. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Alright, we're in our limited late model at Fairbury, so I'm going to jump in here and show you what I'm talking about to start with. Go to your garage chassis and go to right here to steering offset, and so you can't adjust anything except for this little bit of stuff right here. Yeah, that's it. Nothing on tires, nothing on chassis anywhere, just steering offset, steering ratio. You could also do that with a ratio, but I rarely mess with that. You can't even adjust the brake bias. You used to be able to do that, but this is where I'm talking about right here. So so there it reads. The way it reads on your little note is degrees of steering wheel offset achieved with a combination of installing the steering wheel into the quick release mechanism off center and adjusting front tie rods. So what it would, that would be adjusting your toe end technically if you change this, or moving the whole front end to be straight with the wheel. And I don't know that it automatically does. I don't think it automatically does that, because you can't even mess with the toe end. So I use this to adjust the fixed setup car. Let's go out here and cut a couple laps. I'll show you how miserably tight it is for me to cut it down on the bottom, even on the top. Really, you have to put a lot of wheel in it. Keep an eye on how much wheel I put into it to get it to turn. And even right now,
13.8.
I did a little bit too much right there and broke it loose, but alright. Right there in the center. See how I did right there? I really had to.
12.677.
See, just see how tight it is. I mean, it's tight. When you try to run the bottom, it's even worse on entry. You got to kind of throw the car in there, of course, but
12.
you see how much you got to give it. So now let's go in here and make the adjustment that I've been making. We'll go ahead and go +8. Now you'll probably notice that my wheel, when the car is jacked up on the bars, is over to the right a little bit, and I can really feel it. 8 degrees is not a lot when you think about it, but
13.152.
so you kind of got to chase it a little more. You got to get used to where it's at. Uh-oh. Alright, so we went to 8, and that still was not enough for me, so
13.237. $12.586.
kind of gets rid of that center tightness. It's still there, but it's nothing like it was.
12.516.
See, and then you see the wheel, how it's kind of angled to the right now. So you're going to be a little further to the right to get back to your center point, but this will help you tremendously. It helps me a lot anyways. I don't, 9 times out of 10 in the limiteds, I run a different steering offset. Now, like I said, I got all the way up on +14 here. You can go all the way, good God, you can go all the way to +50. Let's try that right quick. I never knew it went that far. So this is gonna be like driving a go-kart. Good God, look how far off the wheel is. Yeah, see the telemetry? Goodness gracious. Alright, so let's just see. If you put your hands back where you normally would, which feels weird still. Nah, this is not gonna work.
14.151.
Let's see if it's any faster. I can't drive it like that. There's a point it comes where it's just too much for your body. Let's see.
12.769.
Actually, with a little bit of practice, I don't know, it might would be good. It's kind of touchy now, though.
12.694.
You don't have to turn the wheel near as much, I know that.
12.553.
You barely have to turn it, actually, from where center is now.
12.543.
So, really, it's going to be up to you where you run it, if you do. But, you can get in there and play with that and practice and see what works best for you. And I'm telling you, it will absolutely pick your lap times up, make you more consistent, all that good stuff. Let's see how far it goes to the negative, because I don't know. I never knew it went to 50. That's crazy. I never go that far. I'm usually, 10 to 14 at the highest, and at most tracks, the bigger tracks, I never really get above 4 to 6 either way. Same thing happens if you do it the opposite way. Now we'll go to 20 just to show the exaggeration. And this is gonna make the car feel tighter to me. It's not necessarily tighter, but from where I hold my hands on the wheel, it's like the car's already turned if you're going off your muscle memory. And so you have to turn it that much more to get it to really turn. See how far I need to, and then it starts chattering and binding up.
14.561.
So, I mean, anyway, you could probably run about the same speed, but it's going to be whatever feels best for you and fools your mind into thinking that was best. So, let's see now. I just ran my fastest lap right there, so I think the track's getting faster, part of that, but see, because I was about to whack the wall right there, but like I say, it's whatever feels best to you. So go in there and give that a try. Let me know if it helps you out. I hope it does. But that's one of the tricks I've been using for ever since dirt's been out. So it's just one of the only things you can adjust. And I used to just use it to center the wheel up, just because some setups would be, after you mess with the car, it would, have the car yawed out, which makes your wheel want to not be straight. I like mine to be pretty straight, so I would just adjust it back to dead center. But when I figured out what it did in the fixed cars, I started using it for that. And like I say, the late models more than anything. I really don't use it much in the other ones, but you can. So just keep that in mind. Get in there and try it out some and see how it works for you. And like I say, let me know in the comments if it helps you out. But just a little tidbit that'll help you be a little bit faster and more consistent in these things. They're so tight on times anyways. When you have a good field of drivers in these cars, any little advantage you can get is worth it. So I appreciate you guys watching. Hope that works out for you, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Y'all have a good one.